Welcome to this look at a new mod pack on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mod spotlight on the Town Productions by Let's Be Having Moo. There's a lot more to this than just a mod. So I thought, you know what, let's have a look, see what it's all about. This is very different to some of the other stuff we've had from Let's Be Having Moo. It incorporates some of the stuff we've already had, and this is just plain devil's advocate. Is it too much, I guess, is the question you have to ask yourself. There's a lot going on. And that's kind of the point of a video like this, really. A kind of guide, information sharing type thing. Anyway, 136.11 megabytes download. And there's a lot. We've got sell points, we've got greenhouses, we've got factory productions. This adds 8 new buildings, 44 new productions. But don't panic, because I say don't panic. Those productions don't appear. It will make sense in a moment when I explain it a little bit more. It's been done in a way. I've been talking to Let's Be Having Me. I do every now and again when there's mods and stuff coming out. I've got a whole load of notes and information they got sent over, and it's to keep the amount of fill types down. So whilst you can have extra productions, and Let's Be Having Me said, you know, I've made my mods because this is the way I like to play the game, and it incorporates you having to use or try to use nearly every production that the game has to offer. Because I suppose often we will avoid using certain things, or we won't do certain things, but this kind of forces you into a situation where maybe you have to try and use everything. And again, if that's not your cup of tea, that's absolutely fine, not a problem at all. So it reduces the amount of fill types whilst adding in a load of extra productions, which will make sense in a moment, by utilising a system which isn't new, we've had before, which is coins. Now, it does say in the description, not in the description, sorry, in the details that he sent me, I say he, it says one coin might seem small, but it's £100, euros or dollars, price per litre, and actually a decent profit. The challenge is running all of them, harvesting basically every crop, rotating and starting small and then expanding. Pallets are liftable that this produces. Some produce, some don't. 2,500 litre liftable. That's an important bit of information to know as well. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's like wrapping your head around it all, and I've done my prep and I've done some stuff, and then I noticed something right as I was about to start recording. So I thought, hang on a minute. So I suppose we better get cracking on with it, haven't we? I'm going to start over here with this. This is under containers. This is the wholesale buy point. One slot, 1,000 to purchase. Build mode under containers. There you go, just there. You can see the coins for the town production, and that's this here. Now I'm going to place it. It's like that. Now, what I'm not sure about, this is a pallet purchase point, but not all pallets. This is some of the pallets of things that you can produce in this pack, but not all of them. Only the ones that are required for other productions. So ones that are an end product, you don't get pallets of those. They sell automatically on the hour. It'll make sense, like I say, in a minute. But we've got cucumber, onion, red pepper, chives, mayonnaise, fresh pasta, sour cream, cream cheese, vegetable oil, barley malt extract, glucose syrup, whole grain flour, wheat only flour, oat flour, apples, lemons, oranges. Back to cucumber. So all of those 2,500 litre, they come out and they are liftable. Now the only reason I got these 3 out was my greenhouse that I've got running on my garden, yeah, my greenhouse, it hadn't produced the 2,500 litres overnight. So I thought, oh, I haven't got pallets of those to show. So that's what a cucumber pallet looks like, that's what a red pepper pallet looks like, that's what a chive pallet looks like. On my trailer here, I have got an apple pallet, or 2 apple pallets, actually we'll use in a minute. Sugar I've went and got from another purchase point because we're going to need those in a little while too. So that's the first one, but it does have this to the side, which looks like a sell point to me. But I've bought over 2 or 3 things. I tried to put barley into this. I tried to use one of the pallets that had come out from that. I'm not sure what that tipping point is for. There's going to be something. I couldn't find any details either in the description or what had been sent to me. Answers on a postcard. So that's that one. That's the wholesale purchase point. Then we move on. I'm going to do the greenhouses first. So we've got an orchard. So the orchard is 17 slots, 25. Pretty much everything is 25 slots, 25,000, apart from the super mushroom greenhouse, which is 36,000. So all of the productions, all of the sell points, they're all 25 grand, apart from the super mushroom greenhouse, which is 36. And we'll take that as read now, 25 grand. So orchard 17 slots, super greenhouse 13 slots, and super mushroom greenhouse is 13 slots. So build mode. Down to our factories, across to greenhouses where you'll find them. There's no customization options on in any of those, so there you go. Orchard, greenhouse, super greenhouse, and super mushroom greenhouse. This is just down to the recipes. So this obviously has got some extra ones. This requires water. Actually, we'll double check on here. You can see the various different things that are grown on the trees. I didn't turn them off, did I? Oh, there you go. We've got some apples, we've got some lemons. We had some lemons. Where have they gone? Should still be running. Why is it just showing the apples? Anyway, let's click on here. So we've got apples with manure, and the recipes here is 4 and 1, 4 water, 1 manure to 2 apple. And what the capacities, storage capacities are all there. You can have a quick look at the screen. You can pause it. You can do whatever you want. That's entirely up to you. And then we got in each one, we've got then a solid fertilizer. What often is the case is it's just different fertilizers you can use. But what I found curious with this is, if you just do the manure recipe, it's 6,336 cycles per month. If you go to the solid fertilizer recipe, the recipe is almost the same, 5 water to 1, the other one's 4 to 1 with the 2 out. But the cycles per month drops almost half, 3,168. And I don't know why. I'm not quite sure why it would. Anyway, it does. Again, just making you aware. This will do grapes as well, lemons, olives, and it will do oranges. So we've got round to the side of here. There's our orange, there's our apple, and there's our lemon pallets. That's what they look like. And again, 2,500 litres, liftable. So then we come on to our greenhouse, our super greenhouse. I've got the extra bits and bobs that I'm running in here. So we've got chives and stuff. These had things on them as well when I first started running it. Managed production, right. So chili peppers, standard. Then we've got chives with manure, chives solid fertilizer, cucumber, garlic, lettuce, long grain rice, Napa cabbage, onion, red pepper, rice saplings. So if you are doing rice, the rice recipe down the bottom there is water, rice saplings, and manure. But you can make the rice saplings here, so you don't, or you can buy pallets. Some instant types, you how you want to do it. Then you've got your spring onion, strawberry, tomato. So it does your standard things you get in your normal greenhouses. But then these again, it's the cycles per month and the adding in the manure and the solid fertilizer, which is different. The rice is just water and rice saplings. Rice saplings is water and manure. And you crack on. So the standard ones are fairly normal. So as you already saw, the ones that hadn't produced yet, if you look bottom right, it will show you what's running. So my cucumber, my red pepper, my chive, I hadn't got to 2,500 litres yet overnight, but the onions had. So I've got a pallet of onions, again, 2,500 litres, liftable. Now, the super mushroom greenhouse, I haven't run this because the mushrooms are mushrooms. We know what the mushrooms do. So like that, it's not running. I spent the time putting all the stuff in here. So manure, seed, and water is what it takes. And the same thing again. We've got a standard recipe, just water 1 to 5, and then you've got the one with manure, and that's completely different. So 816 cycles a month. Then with the manure, 2,448. So water, manure, and seed that requires. So that's why it's a super mushroom greenhouse, because it'll run these a lot faster. And then we can turn those on because I've got everything in here. And then the oyster mushrooms is the same standard recipe or a sped up version with manure. And then you've got your stuff on there that'll run. And the same with all of the greenhouses. You can set these to distributing, selling, storing. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about that. So that's those. Now we move on to this section. This is sell points. And the sell points are the same buildings as the productions. Now, if you don't want to run the productions and you just fancy having a slightly different sell point on your map, these have all been modded by Let's Be Having Moo. And he did say in the information that he sent to me was, most buildings are based off real life locations. These are my first ever 3D model buildings I've tried, which is quite cool. Now, all of these are the same sell point in so much as you can sell all the same things at each one. They're just different looking building. and they mirror all the productions. We'll get up to the productions in a minute. So we don't need to go to each and every single one of them because we're going to look at the productions we got there. But these all have doors that open. There's a bit of detail inside. It's interesting. It said they're quite sparse inside, but there's some really nice detail in some of these, up with the menus on the windows as well, like the Wi-Fi stuff. The menu, we're open, you know, that kind of stuff. There's some nice details on these. Chimney smoke, that kind of thing. If you look to the side, you'll see then the sell point, and these take all sorts of stuff. And if you're not sure what they will take and where you can sell things from, if we come to our prices menu, if you look to the right hand side, you can see Asian takeaway, cafe, fast food diner, ice cream parlour, juice bar. What else have we got? Come down further. Pizzeria, restaurant, waffle and donuts. So all of these are all sell points which all pretty much do the same stuff. They're just different buildings for you to place. So build mode, under our production section, sell points just there. These are all 25,000 to purchase. The sell points are, if we come down to here, so the Asian takeaway is, and actually I'll say this now as well, the slot counts and the prices to buy are the same whether you're getting the sell point version or you're getting the production version. They're all 25,000, we've said that already, but the slot counts are identical. So like I say, when we go to look at the factories, they're the same. So the Asian takeaway is 15 slots, same with the factory. Cafe, 12 slots. Fast food diner was 9 slots. Ice cream parlour, which is there, that's 13 slots. Juice bar is 11 slots. Pizzeria was 12. Restaurant, 11, and then we've got the waffle and donuts, which is 12. Now, you might be forgiven with that. I did the same thing. That's 8 extra things, and it says in the description 8 new buildings. Well, that's cool, brilliant stuff. So that's all of those under sell points. If we go to our factories, they're all under factories as well. When I scrolled under factories, I thought, hang on a minute, there's 11, not 8. That's because we've got the first 8, which we've already seen. Under sell points, these are the factory versions, but you don't get products out of these, you get coins. The coins will sell, it basically pays out on the hour every hour, and like I said already, I'm not quite sure what it actually means. We'll speed some up. One coin might seem small, but it's £100 euros, price per litre, and actually a decent profit. What that transpires, I thought, do you get a pallet of coins? Do you take the coins to sell them somewhere else? No, it sells on the hour. So there's no actual product coming out. So as again, we've got the Asian takeaway, cafe, a fast food diner, ice cream parlour, juice bar, pizzeria, restaurant, waffle and donuts. And then we've got, now these 3 aren't new. These 3 were in another one of the packs that Let's Be Having Mood did, and have been added into this one because some of the productions on here require some of the resources that those factories make. So rather than forcing you to have both packs, which I guess other modders have done in the past, these have been added into this pack, so you can run this pack alone, you can run the other pack alone. Was it supermarket sell points, supermarket productions? There's all sorts. It doesn't force you to run both. So again, it depends how you view it. I like it. But anyway, so you've got creamery factory, again 25 grand, dry productions factory, and we got liquid productions factory. So they're all in there under our sell points. And just the detail on them is absolutely brilliant. I love that. It's very, very cool. It's taken a lot of time. And then the waffle and donuts, which is there. Absolutely brilliant. Now what we're going to do is head up to the productions. I'm not quite sure why that's showing crosses on there. There's no option to switch off the spawn point that I was aware of. Anyway, so I'm going to take these up. Now it does say in the description as well, and it does say in the notes I got sent, if you're new to running productions and stuff, it does suggest that you run the juice hut first. And I think that's because this here will allow you to buy pallets of all the things that the orchard does. So if you didn't want to run everything, you could get started on the juice factory, juice hut first. We'll get along to the juice hut in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the different productions, the things this runs. Now, I suppose this also depends. you've got to look at this in a slightly different way you would at a normal production. In that, why do you personally run a production? Do you run a production because you want to utilise the things that Farming Simulator 25 has to offer? All the various different products, all the various different crop types, all the various different greenhouse things. Is that why you're doing it? Or are you doing it because you like the stuff that the things produce? Is it the pallets you want? Some people hate it. It's pallet simulator. They're not interested. Do you want to see what all the new pallets look like? Do you like loading them up onto a lorry and taking them off and selling them? If that's what you like to do, again, this may not be the pack for you. There are some things in here that do produce pallets, but not everything. So you've got to kind of look at. I totally understand why Let's Be Having Moves done it. You know, it's that reduce the amount of field types. You can still run loads of different productions. You're just not going to get a product out. Which I suppose will depend on how people feel about it. Now, there are some really nice features in some of these as well. As you saw down there, the sell point's already got the smoke. Until you start running a production on the production, the smoke doesn't come out, which other productions have done in the past. That's not new. But there are certain things. I read the information here, and some of the things I couldn't get to work, but I couldn't see what the information had given me, what he was telling me. Anyway, let's just say that. So we'll start here with the Asian takeaway. So if we go to our open door, we've already seen we can go into pretty much everything we can go into. We come back and we go to our managed production just there. So Asian takeaway. So you see it's all coins there. There's no product per se, but you can run all of them quickly. If we come down to there, the cycles a month are 24,000, but you've got to bring everything to this. Everything that requires you bring, and it'll give you 10 times coin. Like I say, what that ends up meaning. But you can then run all the separate things. You've got egg fried rice recipe, special fried rice, spicy noodles, spring rolls, tofu dumplings. And then each of those things requires the different things that it would do. Long grain rice, eggs, spring onion, vegetable oil. Now the vegetable oil you have to produce somewhere else, or if you don't want to produce it by running a production, that little buy point I already showed you down the bottom, you can buy pallets of vegetable oil. So you don't have to run those big productions, those 3 extra ones if you don't want to. You can buy them from that production point. Not too expensive, 2,500 litre pallets. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make sure, you know, it's kind of clear. Special fried rice, red pepper, peas and carrots, spicy noodles, rice flour, eggs, chili peppers, soybean, garlic and napa cabbage. And then it's the different amounts of coins you get out. And the cycles a month, I think, all the same with this. I'm 48 for that. Now, what did I put in here to run? Was it spicy noodles? Spicy noodles. So with spicy noodles running, I've now got smoke coming out my chimney. All the various different things it requires, you put into the side here. And I say, there's nowhere for spawn point because there's no pallets that are going to be spawned. What I'm going to do is, I don't know if we'll go past an hour. I don't know what we'll learn. It's a curious one, but you will earn money, I suppose. It's like a solar panel type thing, but requiring you to bring stuff. The cafe next door, nicely made and detailed, as you can see. We can go into the cafe. Let's open the door and come in. And again, look. Mains, cakes, sandwiches. It's not that sparse, and the detail is really good on them. So let's go to our managed production on this one. So our cafe, again, unrealistic, you can run everything. But you've got bagel with cream cheese, carrot cake, cheese and cucumber sandwich, cheese scones, jacket potato with cheese, vegetarian all day breakfast. You can see there, bread, eggs, oyster mushroom, tomatoes and potatoes. Again, cycles a month. I think on all of these are 48. And it's just down to, you know, whole grain flour. And again, the dry products factory that comes as part of this will do whole grain flour and barley malt extract, which that requires. But if you don't want to run that, same with the cream cheese, that's done at the creamery. If you don't want to run those, you can buy those down the bottom of that pallet purchase point. So it gives you quite a few options. Carrot cake, oat flour, butter, eggs, sugar and carrots. So you've got a whole load of extra stuff which will give you coins. If you do manage to bring everything to this, again, that will give you 8.5 times coin out of it. That's that one. Next door to that, and again, it's all the signage, all bespoke stuff. Old McDonald's diner, very nice indeed. And again, the detail inside, very cool. Now, I think this is the same it says with the Don. I'm going to read this out. So it says fast food joint, juice bar, waffle and donuts and cafe. The menu on the wall changes depending on which production is running. Ice cream parlour and pizzeria, the display changes depending on which production is running. Chimney smoke comes out of the restaurant and Asian takeaway when production is running. So those things there at the back are what you can run. When you're running them, the coming soon bit goes away. So that's what's actually running. You can see on the menu. That's really clever. That's a very cool. I haven't got this one up and running, but I'll show you on another one. That's a very cool feature. And if we come back to here, we'll go to our production, and you'll see here corn dog, halloumi nuggets, mushroom taco, onion rings, soy burger and chips, and vegetarian burger. Again, with the various different things that are required. Again, all 48 cycles a month, unless you go for the unrealistic super duper speedy, but you need everything to run it, and all the various different things you're going to need to bring. It's a lot of stuff, and a lot of people will kind of shy away from this kind of thing because it does require you to do. I mean, yeah, some people will go on and they'll be wheat farming, they'll be doing corn, corn and soybean. Some people will try to run everything over the course of however long they're playing on Let's Play. So yeah, whether you'd ever get to run all of these things or not, I don't know. You might pick one thing on the menu and think, you know what, I'm going to gather everything together to do that one thing. Again, that comes down to you. Now, the ice cream parlour was one of the things where it says the board changes. Ice cream parlour and pizzeria, the display changes depending on which production is running. Now, I did bring some stuff to this one. If we come inside here, now help me in case I've missed something. So we've got our ice cream stuff down the front here. I couldn't find a sign or a display. I wouldn't have thought it'd be that. There's not a display around the side here. That's a cool. I like that end bit with the window on the side as well. But what I have got in here, if we come to this one, again unrealistic. If you want to, chocolate ice cream, cookie dough, honeycomb ice cream, lemon sorbet, raisin ice cream, strawberry ice cream. Now I've got the stuff to do the honeycomb ice cream, so if we turn that on. And I thought potentially there might be like a sign with an ice cream that shows the honeycomb one, so you know, but it's not. I can't find a display. Was it one of these? There's 5 showing there, 5 showing there. Let me see if I turn that back off again. Does one of those go? Maybe that was the production thing. Let's turn it back off again. I just suddenly thought of that. Ah, yes, look. That's only showing those 3 and 1 there. So it's this. Well, there's the thing. That's quite impressive. I know that sounds. I'm not being sarcastic. That's. Turn that back on again. Yeah. So the honeycomb one is there showing because that's now being produced. So that can be put into there for people to come and purchase. That's bonkers. But also very cool. Right. Juice bar. So this is one that is suggesting you run straight off the bat. Now I have got some extra bits actually. I bought up some apples to run some apple juice. I think I set the lemons at my orchard to distributing. So there should be some lemons in there. But I think to do the lemon juice it required sugar. So that's why I bought some sugar up as well. And we've got water already, so I think I can do apple juice with apples and water. And then what did I already put in here? Grapes, I think it was. And I might have put strawberries in it. So we can run a few, and this will show you that signage thing that I was talking about, because it's got on the board at the back the various different things. So let's take the straps off. There we go. Turn that off. Don't need that again. Let's come into here. I'll open the door. So at the moment, up on the wall, look, you see, they're all crossed out. Apple juice, orange juice, lemonade, strawberry and grape juice, and root juice are all crossed out on the board. If we come back to here, and you'll see the recipes for these. Manage production, juice bar. So again, we can run all if we want to. I've got apples in there, grapes in there. Yeah, lemon, we've got some that's distributed over. Strawberries, sugar, and water. So, apple juice, the recipe on that, 10 water to 100 apple, 0.5 coin. But we'll turn that on. Lemonade was water and sugar and lemons. Yeah, we've got those. We can turn that on. And I think we've got the stuff to do strawberry and grape. Water, grapes, and strawberries. Yes, we can turn that on. So, what we haven't got though, orange juice, water and orange, root one. That's quite a bit of stuff actually. Water, carrot, red beet, lemon, parsnip, and apple. It's an interesting combination. More of a type smoothie type thing, I suppose. But with those running, and they will give us coin. If we come in here, you'll now see that those things, the line's gone from them. So our apple juice is showing that's fine. We've got that. We've got lemonade, and we've got strawberry and grape juice all running. That's a really cool feature. And I know I've said it on the various different things already, but I like that. That's very clever. Very neat feature. Right. Pizzeria, just here. I didn't get any of the stuff with the pizzeria. I don't recall. Did I put this the wrong way around? Probably. So the pizzeria, potentially, would that be here? Would it put pizzas on? Like I said, I didn't actually get the stuff to do anything at the pizzeria. Should have done, really. Manage point. So we've got, actually, how difficult is it? Flour, olive oil, tomatoes and cheese. You know what? I know what we'll do. I can. There's a clever way we can get around that. We'll do that in just a second. So we've got garlic bread. What's that require? Bread, butter and garlic. Nice. Goat cheese and pepper. So that require the peppers. Mozzarella sticks. Sour cream and chive. So that would require the chives. And then spicy pizza. There we go. So I'll show you something. It depends if you've got this installed. This was by Yoss. Was by Yoss, wasn't it? Go across to our tools. Down to if you've got it installed. This farm pallet shop or farm pallet shop free. So for something like this, setting things up like this is perfect. If I do this and overlay that just over the input point, like that, do that and that, and we come around to the end to here, just double check the recipes. So what was it wanted for the cheese pizza? Actually, we'll do the garlic bread. It might be quicker and easier. Bread, butter and garlic. How much of each? We'll do a couple of pallets of each. So bread, butter and garlic we want. So we go across whatever we want. Bread. Let's go with 2, 3. So let's put those in. Bread, butter, 3. Put those in. We'll go across to garlic. So like I say, if you're setting anything up, I mean, this for me is a perfect tool for testing mods. I mean, would I use this on a Let's Play? No, because I would be producing these things. But if you are running a test map to check out mods and see how they work, or whatever it is you might be doing, it's a very, very useful tool to have. So what we'll do is we come back to that menu, pizzeria. Let's put the garlic bread on. Is there somewhere inside on that hot plate? There we go. So now we've got garlic breads on there. So whatever you're going to be running will be showing on here. Again, that's brilliant. That is such a cool feature. I like that a lot. Awesome. So it depends what you take from it, how you feel about the pack generally, but I'm just sort of giving you an idea. I like this. The decor, the sign on this, it's got a very English pub feel to it. I think it's brilliant. So anyway, this one here, we've got mushroom stroganoff, onion soup, ploughman's lunch, stuffed peppers, vegetarian lasagna. And again, it's that I'm trying to reconcile it. And again, I know I'm going to keep repeating myself and say I know why Let's Be Having Moo's done it. I totally understand why. But whenever a mod comes out of this, I'm always kind of, I wonder what that palette's going to look like when it comes out. That'll be really cool, But then that being said, I guess when the thing's running, it doesn't mention. This isn't the cafe, is it? This is the restaurant. So I suddenly thought, if you ran some of those and it actually had them on the tables like a stroganoff, that would be amazing. I mean, to be fair, already, I think some of the stuff that's come out has been absolutely brilliant. Right, so then we move on to our waffle and donuts. Just here. Did I get enough stuff to run the waffle and donuts? I think I might have done. I can't remember now. So let's open the door. Go in. And this is the same. If you look at the back, there. Oh, maybe I did. Glazed ring donut. So, all those things, the lines are through them. But I did put enough stuff in here to run the glazed ring donut. That being said, have I run out? No. That's curious. Is it running or not? Shouldn't be. Oh, we have run out of something. Glazed ring donut. What do we run out of? Oh no, I remember what it was. It required vegetable oil. And as I say, as I started to record, I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, that thing down there, I can purchase them, but I did actually set one of these off and running. Was it this one? This one does the oil stuff. I'm sure I set this off to run a vegetable oil. I put all the requisite materials in. There we go. I've got quite a few actually. So let's get a pallet of that. 2,500 litres, liftable, vegetable oil, but again, you can purchase them down at the other one if you want to. I thought that's weird. I could have sworn I set it off, but I did this on purpose to show you this. So if you are running those extra facilities, I'll bring that and put that in. Boom, there we go. So that should now, I mean, it was still switched on. So I guess if I switch all those on, the lines will go, even though they're not actually technically running. It's more the case of switching them on. Actually, we can check that, can't we? Even though the materials aren't there. Let's have a look. So if we let's turn chocolate waffle on. I don't have the ingredients for chocolate waffle, but that should now, yeah, the line's gone from that on the board. So even though it's not technically running, the line has gone from on it. So it depends how you feel about that. Whether, yeah, I mean technically that's a bit naughty because someone will come in and ask for those, and you'll say, well, we haven't got them. But it's clever. So these are the 3 extras, and like I say, these were part of another pack. So we've got the creamery. The creamery factory is 17 slots. The dry productions is 14 slots, and the liquid productions is 12 slots. And that was under the factories that we saw already. And if you haven't seen the other production packs, the supermarket one, I'm sure it was supermarket one. If we click on here, so you've got the standard stuff here. So mozzarella, butter, milk, butter from milk, cheese, chocolate. We've got cream cheese, fresh pasta. I think I set one of those off running because I wanted to see what the pallets came out like. And again, as it turned out, there was a place I could purchase them. Goat cheese, mayonnaise, that was on there as well. Milk bottled and sour cream. So for some of the other recipes that require them, on some of the other ones, you need these facilities. And again, it stops you having to have both of the packs installed. It'll run on just this one. And our dry productions, just here, so we've got our breads, flours, sugar, mixed sugar, but then you've got an oat flour. We have got down here wheat only flour and a whole grain flour. So some of the recipes on some of the other productions do require those, but again, can be purchased. And then the oils liquids one, which is just over here. So barley malt extract, again we saw earlier we could do that. Glucose syrup is in addition to, and then the vegetable oil. I assume I ran out of something. Was it soybeans? Might have been soybean that I ran out of. So that's actually done its thing now. So I mean, that in essence, that's the pack. That's everything it does. That's the productions. The new 8 productions at the back. But it's what I'm gonna do. And you'll need to keep an eye on top right. And think when I edit this, I'll zoom in. I'm going to speed up time because I've got a few productions running on here now. Not loads of them. We've got a few bits running in here. Because I like to say, what is a coin worth? What are the coins worth? I haven't got many of the productions running, but I've got some of them. If I speed up time, when we go past the hour, our money should go up. I don't know by how much. And I guess it's that thing as well. It's not particularly scientific in so much as if I want to see what one production does, I would only have one thing running because I've got multiple things. I just want to see on the hour if it goes up and is it a significant amount. Like I say, bear in mind I haven't got many running, and then it will just be a case of now. If you want to use the pack, you'll go away and you'll have a fiddle around. Yeah, it's I just keep reading that thing again about a coin. One coin might seem small, 100 price per litre, and that's fine. But if we go to production here, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. It's like a spicy noodle recipe. That says it will give us 2 coin, which we're running. 2 coin. Well, what is that in litres? I've no idea. Okay, well let's speed up time and let's see what happens on the hour. Keep an eye top right. So what we want to do then is come to here and let's speed up time a little bit. Let's not go nuts. Let's go up to maybe 240. Keep your eyes peeled. Eyes peeled. Top right, people. But I suppose that was only 1 hour with a few things running. If you run one of these or all of them or whatever you're going to run over the course of a day, like I say, when we come to edit, it will all be on the screen, the information, because I'll have time to then go in and we can have a look at the numbers. We can crunch the numbers. But that's the pack. That's Town Productions by Let's Be Having Moon. Like I said, there's a lot to it, and that's what this. Until I come to edit again, I'm not sure how long I've been recording for. That's too much to fit into a mod review with other mods as well. It had to be done on its own as a mod spotlight. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.